Let me paint you a picture. A huge tree falls on your rental property literally during the biggest rainstorm of the year. There's massive structural damage to the building, and worst of all, you have tenants in a property that are also injured. But that's what homeowners insurance is for, right? Well, we need to make sure that we have the right insurance in place. Homeowners insurance and landlord's insurance are not the same thing, and confusing those two can cost you dearly. Hang with me as we're going to be talking about homeowners insurance versus landlord insurance and which is right for you and how it can save you thousands of dollars. What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the BiggerPockets channel. My name is Jesse Vasquez. I am a real estate investor, a YouTuber, a midterm rental operator, and all kinds of other things that make me sound cooler than what I actually truly am. And if you want to follow along with me on my journey, head over to Instagram at @TheRealJesseVasquez. Today, we're going to be talking about landlord insurance and renter's insurance and what those two different things actually truly are. But before we dive into that, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Traditional insurance companies make it painful to get a policy. With lengthy lead times, lengthy paper forms, landlords deserve better. With Steadily.com, you can get next day affordable landlord insurance in literally just a few clicks. From single family to short-term rentals to apartment buildings and beyond, Steadily.com gets you the best insurance coverage, so save serious time and money on your rental property insurance. Visit Steadily.com for a commitment-free quote today. So let's talk about the differences between homeowners insurance and landlord insurance. So just so you know, homeowners insurance covers you as a primary resident. So that means you have to be an owner and an occupier of that property. So as many of you maybe purchased your first property, you will literally get asked from the loan originator or the broker, is this an owner occupied property? And that is exactly the case for homeowners insurance. You have to be an owner occupier to specifically have this coverage on your personal residence. And what does this actually cover? This covers repairing your home if it is damaged due to some type of fire or flood or a catastrophic event. And one of the other things that homeowners insurance does is it covers all your personal belongings, such as appliances. Maybe you have clothes that are in your closet that you bought at Miller's Outpost in the 1990s. It will cover those things. It will cover everything that belongs to that specific property. And one of the other things about homeowners insurance, it will actually cover you in an incident outside of your home. So say you're at a friend's and you happen to slip and fall, a lot of the times your homeowner's insurance will actually cover some of those situations in certain points. But again, you want to make sure that you check in with an insurance representative to make sure that is the case for you and your specific policy. So landlord insurance, let's talk about that. Landlord insurance was actually designed to protect you as a landlord and an investor. It is not to protect the actual resident. And it covers things like loss of rent, which is amazing if there is a fire, flood, or some kind of catastrophic event that happens specifically if your tenant, let's just say they leave a bathroom faucet running while they head off to work, that runs all day long, that damage is going to be covered. But what is not going to be covered is their personal belongings, which again, this is a huge issue. If you're renting your property out, you want to make sure that you get renter's insurance for your folks. So that's a good time to make sure that we talk about this. Landlord insurance only provides protection when it's related to the rental property. For example, if a tenant is injured and tries to sue you for whatever reason, your landlord insurance will actually cover the legal fees and potential medical expenses if that is an issue during the claim. And that's really important to think about because again, on the other side, if this exact same situation was to happen and you only have homeowners insurance on a rental property, there is possibly a huge chance that that will be denied. And when I say denied, that means the actual claim that you're putting in for that specific incident. So if there is a problem or there is somebody that gets hurt, you will be on the hook for literally hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on the claim. So please make sure that you do not have homeowners insurance for properties that you're renting out. Homeowners insurance also covers damage to your personal property. As I mentioned a little bit ago, I know that some of you may have some clothes that are in your properties that you bought at Mervyn's or Miller's Outpost, and I probably just dated myself. And in the event of a break-in, your personal belongings would be covered as your homeowners insurance typically pays for replacement costs of those items. On the other hand, most landlord insurance policies do not consider personal property covered loss unless it's used to maintain the property. So if you have a lawnmower or a snowblower and say like a tough shed that's locked up and there's an incident, that's the only time that landlord policies will actually cover your personal belongings. But other than that, it's very important to have the tenants carry their own renter's insurance, as I mentioned a little bit ago, because then their personal property will be covered if there is an issue or there's a burglar that comes in or there's some kind of vandalism. Those are super, super important. So make sure that if you are renting your property out, like what I do in my lease, I require our tenants to have renter's insurance for this specific reason so that their belongings are covered for whatever reason if there is a situation. Homeowners typically have less claims, which means that the homeowner's insurance is typically less expensive than landlord insurance. And let's be honest about this. A lot of time, homeowners take a lot more care of their property. I know that I have rental properties and sometimes the tenants that I have had just don't take the same type of care. So there's a lot more claims that actually come to fruition with rental properties as opposed to homeowners. In fact, according to the Insurance Information Institute, a landlord insurance policy costs about 25% more than a homeowner's insurance policy for literally the exact same property. The primary reasons are what I mentioned before, that there's way more claims that typically come to life from a tenant as opposed to a homeowner. Actually, have you ever been denied a claim or had the wrong policy? Did you even know the difference between landlord insurance and homeowner's insurance? Well, I'm curious. Comment down below. Do you remember at the very beginning of this video when I talked about the catastrophic event, a tree falling over on a property and a tenant being injured? Well, if you have homeowner's insurance and you're renting your property out, you 100% would be liable for the cost of that. In fact, you probably would be denied your claim. So it's really, really important that we know the differences between homeowner's insurance and landlord insurance. And again, any damages to that property or the tenant, you would be liable for those bills if you did not have landlord insurance. So we don't want to be in that situation. We want to avoid any potential damages, causes, any situations or scenarios where we would be liable for those things. And hopefully after watching this video, you'd get the differences between landlord insurance and of course, homeowner's insurance. Well, thanks for hanging with me, everybody, over here on the BiggerPockets channel. Again, my name is Jesse Vasquez. You guys can follow along on my journey at The Real Jesse Vasquez on Instagram, or check out my YouTube channel regarding midterm rentals at Jesse Vasquez here on YouTube. There's one thing that I definitely want to make sure that you guys do, and that is head over to steadily.com. We appreciate them for sponsoring these videos. Not only that, but they're one of the go-to insurance companies specifically for me. I've used them for many years. And again, before you guys leave, please make sure to like and subscribe to BiggerPockets. And if you can, also make sure to hit the bell sign to be notified when these new videos drop. Thank you guys for watching. We hope to see you in the next video.